Democrats are in full meltdown mode over Elon Musk. After the Doge co-chair blasted the frivolous spending Democrats tried to jam through before the holidays, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez began to spiral over Musk's influence on President-elect Trump's policy.
Oh, I don't think we're witnessing the start of an oligarchy. I think we are fully here. You literally have a completely unelected billionaire who has just taken over. You have billionaires who run news outlets like Jeff Bezos and the Washington Post, billionaires that run the LA Times, completely interjecting into their editorial boards and manipulating what's being written in them. We're here. We are here.
But Donald Trump brushed off Democrats' panic and said it's just another form of left-wing hysteria.
And no, he's not taking the presidency. I like having smart people. You know, they're on a new kick. Russia, 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 Ukraine, 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 all the different hoaxes. And the new one is President Trump has ceded the presidency to Elon Musk. No, that's not happening. But Elon's done an amazing job. Isn't it nice to have smart people that we can rely on?
I think President Trump handled this brilliantly and beautifully by saying, let's have smart people. I think the swamp fears not one innovative, brilliant billionaire businessman, but two working together to actually peel the secret door off and show us all the money that they're spending on stuff and crap we don't need and didn't quite ask for. The other thing I want to focus on AOC here for a moment, Brian, because I think this is a publicity stunt for her. Here's somebody who got walloped by septuagenarian Jerry Connolly just last week when she tried to be a ranking member for the committee. Even Nancy Pelosi voted against her. I think her influence has been waning for a while. This country just rejected her form of socialism. And speaking of billionaires, at least one billionaire, Tom Steyer, has donated to her campaign. Another billionaire, George Soros, secretly funded a trip that she and some other left-wing members of Congress took to go meet with left-wing Latin American leaders. So she's got her own set of billionaires she likes. She just doesn't like Trump's billionaires. Right. Elon Musk is an innovator. He's a job creator. He's brilliant. He's going to get this done. He's doing it as a volunteer. But I can't help but think that she knows Jamal Bowman, Cori Bush, all these people she supported and endorsed lost in the primaries because they're seen as too left-wing. I feel like it's a play for relevance.
Right. I think she ran for that to be the ranking member, to be more mainstream. And Nancy Pelosi, even with one hip, says, whatever you do, I'm suffering here in, I think, Denmark, she fell. We'll find out. Well, if she could whisper something about Greenland. But she says, make sure she doesn't win. She got 84 votes, wasn't nearly enough. But I will say this. To say Elon Musk is like a billionaire or Donald Trump's a billionaire, you just diminish why he's there. He's not there because he's rich. He's there next to the president because he's innovative, he's resourceful, he understands manufacturing. He's not just somebody with great ideas. He implements those ideas, and that's why the president keeps him close. And that's why as much as I like Governor Chris Christie, I think he's wrong. On Sunday, he said, well, Trump gets sick of you. He keeps you close for 3 months, and then he gets sick of hearing from you, and he gets rid of you like Reince Priebus and others. That's true with people who are maybe aides. This guy is someone who's going to be talking to him about different ways to move our country forward in a way that maybe only he knows how because of what he did and what he accomplished between chips and brains, between Starlink, between SpaceX, between Tesla. And now he's got this other company that drills tunnels underneath the ground to get you places quickly. That's a guy I want next to me.
Lisa, this is what they did during our first term, trying to divide the president from his team by putting all these ridiculous stories out there. Who's trying to be the president? Who's leaking? Who's doing this, that, and the other against the president? Well, all the while, he likes to surround himself with people who will push back a little bit, respectfully and deferentially. When he says what's going on, he wants to know what's going on. The Oval Office is the biggest hermetically sealed bubble in the world. So Elon Musk is just one of these, the best advisor probably, but one of many advisors. The Bible says wisdom in a multitude of counselors. How do you read all this?
Well, and that's what a good CEO does, right? That's what a good president does. Surround yourself by really smart people. He's surrounding himself with people, problem solvers, doers, titans of business, governors, people who've had to lead for a living. That's what he's doing. I think the reason why they're attacking Elon Musk so much is they're trying to drive a wedge between Elon Musk and the president, right? They're trying to drive apart this, team of Avengers that Donald Trump has surrounded himself, trying to drive a wedge there. But if you're Elon Musk, I think he's doing this truly for the right reasons. I mean, I listened to that whole 2-hour interview that he did with President Trump on X, and he repeatedly talked about the fact that civilization's on the line. Freedom is online. Because what does he get from catapulting and destroying the CR, right? He doesn't get anything. But what does he get from being on Doge? He doesn't get anything from it. What did he get from the Twitter acquisition, right? He lost $24 billion on it as of September 2024. So, he's doing this for the right reasons. His heart is in for the right reasons. But, they're just trying to drive a wedge between Musk and Trump.
I believe Elon Musk and Donald Trump are going to have a long and productive relationship. As Vivek and Elon get in there and start to uncover and show us all things we can't ignore with our own two eyes, do you think you can get Democrats on board to try to get a little bit more efficiency in government, start slashing this waste?
I hope so. I'd be one Democrat, but I would remind you that one time that in the last several days that Mr. Musk, who I hold in high regard, he's a graduate of my school as well, the one time he told Congress to do something, they didn't do it. So it was Republicans that didn't do what he wanted to do. I think what Democrats have to understand is you got to be strategic when you are being critical of these kinds of things instead of cathartic. I think you have to understand both Trump and Musk, and for that matter, Vivek Ramaswamy, are disruptors. They're unconventional. The country elected President Trump or elected him again because they wanted an unconventional thinker to deal with traditional, conventional things in their lives. And you gotta stand back and not allow them to run over things, but understand that they're going to approach this a little differently. I think for President Trump, what he has to understand with Elon Musk and perhaps Elon as well, the closeness that they enjoy and the wealth that they have accumulated, the three of them, and to put anybody in the same conversation with wealth and with Elon is an insult to Elon, but the wealth that they have accumulated is so out of the realm for everyday Americans. You can't even access the wealth that in your own mind what Elon has, and for that matter, Vivek, and what Donald Trump does as well. But the president has to understand their closeness means when they start making recommendations about what government should be doing or the people they should be firing or organizations that should be combined, when those guys speak on social media, there is a sense that they might be speaking for the president. And the president made clear that they're not, but there is a sense when Elon Musk says, any Republican that votes for this, I don't know exact words, but he said it's the wrong thing to do, and he made it sound like there might be consequences. You can understand how some may interpret that to mean that President Trump is speaking. I was glad to hear the president say that was not the case, but going forward, I think they got to be mindful of that.
Look, I wouldn't mind wrapping my head around that kind of wealth.
This is very simple. It's about schemers. That's all it is. The people who are afraid and yelling out is because Elon and Doge are going to be able to show us how public officials on $135,000 salaries became millionaires overnight. That's what they're afraid of. That's why they don't like Elon, because you can't bribe him. You can't blackmail him. He'll say weirder things about himself than you ever could. And the President Trump, I know this from person, he can't stand yes men, and he doesn't like schemers. He doesn't need to fight for re-election. He's playing with house money, and he's going to surround himself with people there who are going to expose. So schemers, and as voters, we should pay attention to everyone who has a problem with what they're trying to do with cleaning up the government.
Here, the swamp strikes back, but they've met their match.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.